Good afternoon and welcome to Donnybrook for the final match in Ireland Women's RBS Six Nations campaign. I'm joined by Fiona Coughlin, legend of Irish Women's Rugby. She always hates me introducing her like that, but it's true. Fiona, Tom Tierney has changed the Irish team up. It's a bit more back to the more settled Irish team that after he had done quite a bit of experimentation against the Italians the last day. What do you make of the lineup?
Yeah, there's still a bit of experimentation going on, a few new combinations that he's looking at, but there's a better balance between the experienced and the new girls into the squad, so hopefully it'll gel a little bit quicker than it did last week.
So he's restored Niamh Briggs to full back from the her centre positioning last week. Liz Burke retains her place on the wing. Claire McLaughlin it's her second cap today in partnership with Sen and Niopu. Alison Miller on the wing. Nora Stapleton back in for Nikki Cahy at out half. Marissa Muldoon at scrum half. Ruth O'Reilly comes in for Lindsay Peat, who's out of the squad despite her try-scoring performance last week, as Fiona Hayes is back on the bench. Zoe Grattage is at hooker with Ailish Hegan completing the front row. Elaine Anthony retains her place in the second row. Ciara Cooney comes in off the back row to replace Sophie Spence in the second row. Ciara Griffin, Paula Fitzpatrick and Claire Malloy making up the back row. What do you make of Sophie Spence being named on the bench?
Yeah, I suppose it's giving other girls a chance to put their hand up and see what they can do. I don't think it's much that Sophie's done wrong. It's just looking at different combinations and seeing what people are going to step up and what they can bring to the game.
So I put it to you that this is more a matter of how much rather than who today. Scotland have improved somewhat this year, but perhaps not enough to close the gap on the Irish.
Like they obviously haven't had a win again this season. But they're now scoring tries, and they brought in a brilliant coach from Glasgow Warriors, Shane Munro, and he's done great things with them. He just needs more time and for the squad to stick together.
That's a good barrelling run there by Zoe Grattage just to start off Chloe Rowley's kick-off. Marissa Muldoon now going down the short side. They've Stapleton Upu as the Irish put it through the hands and they get almost back up to the halfway line. Muldoon now, was that a slight knock forward? Not spotted if it was. Stapleton, it's a bit high. We'll take it by Paula Fitzpatrick. Ciara Cooney takes it on. Irish keeping the ball in hand early on and going wide. Claire Malloy rather, but that's snaffled by the Scottish. As scrum half, Jenny Maxwell looks to feed her prop Heather Lockhart. Again, that's a one-up runner from the Scots, and the Irish defence is able for that. Hooker Lana Skeldon taking that one on, getting through, but that should be taken by Alison Miller on the wing, and a good handoff. And again, very exciting runner that she is. Nice little offload. Senna Niopa looking to go blind off that, but the referee's given a penalty against the Scots. Yeah,
really good endeavour by Ireland there at the start. Really much quicker with the rucks than they were last week, which is good to see. Scotland are getting quite narrow, so the space is out there on the wings, but a good offloading game from Ireland from the start.
So the position going into this is that, like the Irish men, Ireland are looking to finish third in the championship. They need to beat Scotland here today, and not by less than 23 points. Less than Wales beat Italy.
Yeah,
so I made that sound a bit more complicated.
I don't think Wales will catch Ireland. I think Ireland will finish in third place, but I think at the moment Ireland are looking more for that performance from last week. It was about the performance as well, and they didn't get that last week, so they look for that more today, and then the win will come from there.
So Zoe Grattage, that's a bit messy, and that's knocked down by the Scottish though on the line out.
Yeah, there seemed to be a missed call there at the line out that they didn't know what pod was going up. But we get the scrum at the end of the day.
Scotland last beat Ireland in the 2006 Rugby World Cup when they snuck a 1-point win. But since then it's been
I was
been
playing,
all
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a drop kick that actually, or a penalty that beat us on that day.
How things have changed, eh?
Yeah. Heather Lockhart here, number one, she's getting her 83rd cap I think today. She's been a stalwart of the Scotland team for many years and have seen a transition from probably good times through bad, and hopefully that they're going into good times again.
Again, Scotland coming offside at that scrum, but actually it was a solid Scottish scrum, in particular Heather Lockhart side edging forward on that. So Nora Stapleton will just look to establish position for Ireland in around the 22, I would think. Indeed, she makes it 5 metres inside that to establish Ireland's first really positive attacking position here.
Yeah, with the line out, I suppose we're lacking a bit of experience in our jumpers and whoever might be calling the line out, which probably caused the difficulty in the first line out. So it's important now they just keep it simple.
The conditions here are pretty much perfect. There's maybe a breath of wind, but nothing significant. And a fast pitch. We can look forward to some good rugby, exciting rugby here today, I think. It's well taken by Ciara Cooney. And look to establish the bit of momentum here with this drive, and they've got that. And the Scottish defence is in disarray. Can they go all the way here? It's taken down. Muldoon now. Oh, that's beautifully entered into the line by Alison Miller to dot down just to the left of the post for Ireland to go 5-0 ahead after just 4 minutes.
Yeah, really good maul, really good forward momentum. It was actually, I think, pulled down by Scotland, but we weren't getting a penalty advantage. She went out and Ali coming in off her wing, and you know, you're not going to stop Ali on that line.
Tom Tierney will be pleased with that. The Irish line-out has been a little inconsistent, I would say, over this campaign. So to establish a good line-out maul and to use a set move with Alison Miller coming in off her wing there will have pleased them, no doubt.
Yeah, I think it's the shortened line-out worked well for them last week, and again, going to the shortened line-out in that case worked well for them again. So it's something they need to look at.
So Niamh Briggs expect to slot this one over, and she duly does just that. She'd be more comfortable back at full back. The experiment of playing in the centre didn't really work for her last week.
Yeah, you know, I think it was obviously new position, different lines of run. She is capable of playing 13, but I personally think her best position is full back. So I would love to see her stay there because you're going to get the best out of her there.
And interesting to see how Claire McLaughlin, who had a good game last week on her debut, pairs up with Senna Nilpu.
And by all accounts, it's been impressing in training.
So Scotland dropped deep. That's not taken with Ciara Griffin now. She's a very aggressive player, Ciara. She good bullock and run there. Paul Fitzpatrick now. There's going to be a quiz, I think, at the end of this on irishrugby.ie to guess Paula Fitzpatrick without the face mask. I haven't seen her face in quite some time. That's beautiful hands by Ireland. Niamh Briggs now into the Scottish half. Ireland been looking to go wide quite well early on. Cooney now. Good clear out from Ailish Egan. But that's popped out on the Scottish side. So Scottish centre, Jenny Thompson. Elisa Thompson, rather. That's gone backwards, says the referee, so play will continue. Zoe Grattage into the scrum half position here. But Ailish Egan decides to take it around the fringe. Again, the scrum half's not there though. Larissa Muldoon have been held off the ball, I think. Penalty now to Ireland. Just driving in at the from the side, indicated by our referee, Sherry Turnbull from Canada.
Yeah, I think Ireland are going to get good change out of going wide. First of all, though, we saw from the start Paula Fitzpatrick got really good forward momentum that created the space out wide for the backs. So we do need those big ball carriers to take control and ownership, bringing it forward, and then the space to be there for the backs to rip loose.
So another good attacking position established from the penalty by Nora Stapleton. Bit of a delay here while Heather Lockhart, I think it is, gets some treatment.
It's interesting with Scotland. They've obviously reevaluated where they're at over the last couple of seasons. Obviously brought Shane Munro in, but also they've nine of that squad in BT Scottish Rugby Academy, you know, where they're getting more training skills, strength and conditioning. So that's brilliant to see. And you know, they haven't qualified for the World Cup now, but they still have an opportunity. They have to play home and away fixture against the best from the Europeans. So probably the likes of Spain or the Netherlands will be there for that they'll have to play home and away against. But they're going in the right direction. It is going to take time, though.
Yeah, in their last match out against France, who are now the title holders, having beaten England yesterday and denied them a Grand Slam. They were scoreless until close to half time, which was a marked improvement, I guess, on previous performances. So there are seeds of hope there.
Yeah, it's just it will take time, and every other team is moving on, so you're always kind of playing catch up at that point.
Sheegan takes that one on now. Quick ball this time. Muldoon, Stapleton goes wide to Naupu. Chance here. New Briggs into the line, holds on to it, and feeds Liz Burke, and that's a super try by Ireland. Lovely hands out the line there after Eilish Egan's initial burst.
Yeah, again, that's that strong forward ball carrying. Then a dummy line by Claire McLaughlin went out the back to Senny Nupu. She held the player, passed to Niamh, who held another player, and brilliant first try for Liz Burke there.
And already I think it's fair to say that Ireland's handling is much better than it was last week, which was a source of frustration for them.
Yeah, there were so many unforced errors last week, and it's just seen now, okay, maybe not under as much pressure, but last week they weren't under loads of pressure either, and the handling let them down, so that was a really, really good play.
So Liz Burke's try brings the score to 12 points to 0, with the conversion to follow after just 9 minutes. So it might be a bit early to call this, but the 2 points here is almost decided at this point.
Yeah.
So Briggs now, difficult conversion from right out to the right, but she has this distance, I would think, in her. That's not her best strike. She'll be disappointed in that. So the scoreline remains 12 points to 0 as we just touch on 10 minutes into the match. So Scottish captain Sarah Law will restart. Apologies, that's actually Chloe Raleigh. It's taken by Cooney. Well tackled by the Scottish left wing there, Rona Lloyd. Fitzpatrick, a little show and go. Muldoon, Stapleton, Fiesna Opu. That's good defence there by Scottish outside centre Lisa Thompson though. Again, Ireland looking to go through the hands. Ruth O'Reilly taking that one into contact. Again, Ireland go the short side, and they have good numbers here. Sending it Opu, making the burst. A good hands off to Dee Briggs, but marginally forward. I think that was the correct call.
Yeah, I was just again on that line of where the ref was standing, but that's really good play. They're identifying that Scotland are getting sucked into the ruck. There's space. There was space actually on both sides, and Ireland went back down that blind side. Good run by Senny, and a brilliant line from Niamh. Just a fraction, if she'd given it a fraction earlier.
I think the good positioning has to be said by referee Turnbull.
The Irish girls Sherry Turnbull has reffed a few times now, so they should be well used to how she referees the game.
So Scotland have brought Megan Gaffney into a position to wrap around the open side here. Jenny Maxwell feeds. Oh, and that looks forward. Yes, indeed. Turnbull equalising that one.
Again, another good solid scrum from Scotland. Probably be one of their areas of strength and something they need to look at to launch their back play off.
It's the normal like you hear on
More Stapleton standing on the blind side. Just to see which way Ireland go with this.
Yeah, it's because two playmakers there with Nora on one side and Senna on the other.
Solid scrum. Patrick picks Muldoon to Neopu. Wrap around from Muldoon. Here's Briggs. Oh, good hand off by Briggs. A nice little off-road. And back in front to Briggs. Great play by Ireland, bringing play just to the 10 metres out. Ciara Griffin now takes it into contact. Fairly quick ball. Stapleton through the hands to Grattage. Ooh, that's solid tackle on her. Look, possibly a little bit high, but come back to the short side. Fitzpatrick, Ireland have the numbers here. Fitzpatrick though takes it into contact. Again, the hand to the short side for Briggs. Taylor Griffin goes over for Ireland's third try.
That was a really well worked try, right from the scrum, out to Sene, Larry around on the loop, and brilliant offloading by both Niamh Briggs and back to Liz Burke, back to Niamh again.
Yeah, it's a more impressive performance this than certainly in terms of the handling and distribution and the option taking from Ireland this week. It's still early days, 13 minutes gone, but Tom Cheney I think will be happy with what he's seen so far.
It's been very clinical, no ball to ground yet, and they're getting through the hard work. Scotland's defence is getting very narrow at times, and they're making the wrong decisions defensively. They're tackling down, and that's leaving space out wide.
So Briggs once again to attempt the conversion. This time it's almost 10 metres in from the right hand touchline, a little bit easier. Still a tricky enough kick.
14 and a half minutes, 14 minutes 38 seconds if you watch the penalty conversion. And here comes Niamh Briggs now with the conversion chance for Ireland. By 17 points to nil. Briggs goes up now.
Once again though, that's slid off the right. To the right from Briggs, who won't be happy with those last two connections.
No, it's on the wrong side for right foot kicker, but it's still within her range and angle, so she will be disappointed with that.
Just hasn't caught those two on the meat. So score remains 17-0 after that conversion attempt after just 14 minutes. Raleigh again to restart. Again she goes deep. A bit of confusion there, but Paula Fitzpatrick takes that.
Yeah, it's all this player coming from the back that takes that ball, so.
Well done. Ciara Cooney takes it on. Again, it's a quick ball for Ireland. Stapleton out to Nuupu. Nice spin pass to Briggs. He's Miller early. Such a good strike runner, Alison Miller. Again to Stapleton. Ruth O'Reilly takes on this time. And you can see the pods are set up. It's good organisation. With Ciara Cooney dropping that one, but backwards. And Stapleton, juggling that one, but getting it away to Fitzpatrick. Back inside to Claire Malloy. Goes to ground. Scottish shot back. Tied up in defence early there, but Ciara Griffin making the bust. Again, players with the numbers on the short side for Ireland. Fitzpatrick goes back inside though. Well done now. Stapleton, again Ireland have numbers, it's good hands from Nuupu. McLaughlin, that's quite high, but Briggs takes it well. Pass back inside to Nuupu. Oh, that's beautiful stuff from Claire McLaughlin. Alison Miller, can she get away? Not quite. Beautiful hands from Ireland. Claire Malloy takes it on. And the Scottish tackling not taking her down early enough. Makes an extra 5 metres there. Ireland just 6 or 7 metres out from the line, but penalty indicated.
Off her
Going to
feet.
ground.
Look, that was brilliant play by Ireland. It was so positive. The offloading game they're playing, we haven't seen anything like that this season from them. You can say about the defence not being there and things, but still the execution of it has been excellent.
Yeah, they're making big games once they go wide. It was a lovely little bit of interplay between Nuupu Briggs and Claire McLaughlin there. And Alison Miller.
And do you know what? It's coming from quick ruck ball as well. We're being way more efficient at the ruck.
But you can see we're bringing out the midfield. We've been hard out there that they're ready to get in behind the tackle, to Claire, the ball carrier, and use a very quick ball for Ireland. And at the moment, Scotland don't really know how to deal with this.
Yeah, you guys are good. Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Some relief for that penalty there is Scotland. Line touch, this will be their first line out. And the Skeldon will throw. Bit of a delay for treatment to a Scottish player close to their own line. Chance for the Scots to regroup and discuss how they're going to deal with this a little better.
suppose we have to congratulate France on their championship win. You know, it was England going for the Grand Slam and France denied them there on Friday night in what was actually a fantastic game of rugby.
Yeah, it's actually expected that the women's championship has mirrored the men's in a number of ways, come down to a shootout between France and England. And were you surprised by that result?
No, I think France at home are very hard to beat. You know, England were definitely in the game the whole way through, but France, it was a sellout crowd of 10,000. You know, vocal. It's just a very partisan place to go and try and win. So I wasn't overly surprised.
And it seemed to be French power up front. A couple of rolling maul tries.
Yeah, the same old Guy Mignot was scoring a few tries as captain, and
so Scotland get a rolling maul going, bit of momentum there. That's probably the most positive piece of forward play that Scotland have had as yet. And a bit splintered, and Scotland making very good ground off that. Out they go to Thompson, takes into contact. Has that been lost forward? Not quite. Scotland have regained. Marshall now waiting. Lockhart looking for the pop. She feeds it on. And a penalty, not releasing after the tackle.
Yeah, that was really, really good by Scotland. Really well formed maul. Ireland had no answer for it. They made a good 30 yards on it. And then it was Lisa Thompson, who only got her first cap this year, who's done a fine job in the centre for them so far this season.
Nice hands from Heather Lockhart, not doing the obvious thing and taking it on herself, but feeding Gemma Forsyth.
You questioning that a prop can't do good hands?
Not at all, I've watched it for years. So Scotland's best position here is they just 10 metres, 15 metres outside the Irish 22. That's not, and taken by Ireland. I think that's Ciara Cooney taking that one towards the tail, but it's always a bit sloppy by Scotland. It's always Bratish taking that on. It's not Lewis Muldoon's best pass, nor Stapleton kicks it away, and Gaffney now for Scotland tries to stand up Ali Miller, but she wasn't falling for that one, and Gaffney gets tackled into touch.
Yeah, like Megan Gaffney's got pace, but I don't think she has the pace to match Ali Miller, so she needed to come back inside to where her support was and try and beat her on the outside. And again, they didn't have much ball. It's about securing that first phase possession off lineouts. They went to go to Debs McCormack there, and it was a slight overthrow.
So Bratish to throw again. That's Paula Fitzpatrick. It's unusual to see an Irish line out without Mary Louise Riley in it. Managed to Ciara Griffin again, carries very strongly. Muldoon now to Stapleton. Out with this touchline, pops back inside. Oh, but Ken McLaughlin can't quite take that, but it's gone backwards. However, Liz Burke is in touch. And actually the referee, Turnbull, has given that as a knock-on.
Yeah, again, Scotland getting sucked in very easily. That's allowing Sene all this space out here. She's doing exceptionally well and constantly looking for the offload, but Scotland needs just a tackler plus one in those rucks and then get out and fill the space in the pitch.
Everybody else needs to be quiet to hear that.
So Scotland scrum, that's one area that they have been fairly solid. Jenny Maxwell with a feed here. Again, the wing is in off the blind side. Rona Lloyd. So Maxwell feeds. It's a bit of pressure from Ireland, but that's taken away by Scotland at the base. Good hands there. And that's gone a bit loose, but Scotland have managed to retain it. Maxwell again, that's fumbled, but backwards. And Ireland might just have snuck that one. No, Maxwell has. That's out to number 8, Jade Condell. Yeah, Lockhart. Bit of a sidestep there actually this time. But hasn't worked out for it. That's not released after the tackle by Heather Lockhart, so it's going to be a penalty to Ireland.
Yeah.
And Bristol Muldoon points down the line.
It's great work by our back row. Paula Fitz and Keir Griffin and Malloy have been really, really busy at the breakdown, causing Scotland an awful time.
So Stapleton finds an Irish touch just 10 metres outside from the Scottish line. It's an area of real strength, really, the Irish back row.
Yeah, and constantly producing people who can play there. It's fantastic, you know. You've the likes of Heather O'Brien, who is not even making the squad. Just Sophie Spencer can play second row, back row there on the bench as well.
Yeah, Heather O'Brien was a mainstay of the team for the last couple of years. That's a great driving maul by Ireland as they're just 5 metres out. What a superb body positions they all had there. Turnbull's arm is going out. The referee's paying advantage to Ireland for collapsing that by Scotland. And no advantage there, so we will go back to the penalty.
I didn't get a number on that. Number 3.
That's a couple of times they've collapsed them all just as it's making progress towards the Scottish line. Nora Stapleton pops that one into touch, and Ireland will seek to replicate their first try here, no doubt, with the driving maul.
So right here.
Yeah, so it's a 6-man line out with Claire Malloy standing at scrum half position.
Taken by Cooney in the middle. Oh, that's knocked on at the base.
Well done to Scotland there. They sacked the player the minute she landed on the ground, and it caused a knock on.
Just not quite able to take that when it goes forward. An opportunity, however, for the Irish scrum to look to disrupt.
Can you stay there for me,
It's still not still a tricky position for that Scotland find themselves in here.
Bring it in then. It's all right. Reset
Sarah
it.
Law is playing 10 there for Scotland. She actually has a number of caps at scrum half. Last season she would have played at scrum half, so moving going out, she is a game player, but I'm not sure about her kicking.
Okay, Green, let's get on with it. Come on, Blue. Blue, come up. Blue, come up. Good.
Slight delay here.
Again, scrums are taking a bit too long to form.
Okay.
Thought there must have been an injury, but it wasn't on the parent. It was taking a while to form, I should say. And Maxwell now to feed. Trying to get a good drive on. That's gone a little bit loose. Muldoon pressure on. And I think that was Skeldon just being forced over a line and dotting down. It was indeed.
Conkle.
Or Conkle, rather.
Yeah, she's been a big go-to player for Scotland this year, you know, big ball carrier, and the pack rely on her to give them front football. But when your scrum is going backwards like that, it's always tough.
So again, a promising situation for Ireland. Scrum 5 metres from the line, just after 25 minutes. Again, Ali Miller taking up a position just inside Nora Stapleton here, and she's an obvious danger. So solid scrum by Ireland, keeping it in to go forward. Left shoulder a little bit, but it's been held in by Ireland, and they're gradually creeping a bit forward. Fitzpatrick, well held there. She was prevented from offloading that to Muldoon as she wanted to do by the Scottish pressure. Claire Malloy now taking around the fringe. Taking the deck in the end. There's a huge blindside there with nobody on it. Arms referee goes out, arm goes up, penalty to Ireland, advantage here. Now they've all gone to the blind side. I think there might be, it's card time, yeah.
Yeah, off that scrum, I thought Paula probably should have went up left. The scrum was up left, so there was space out there. But you know, we did well. Claire Malloy got on the ball and gave us a few yards.
They really need to step their discipline up at the breakdown. So earlier we had two.
Just speaking to them, probably next card will be, or next time she talks to them will be a card.
Okay, so you've got to have a word now with them.
They certainly have collapsed a couple of them close to the line. So Lisa Martin
Are you going shot? No, sir.
given the instruction, communicating to her team.
Neve is going for posts here. Surprised after such a strong scrum and the lead they're in. I thought they'd push for the scrum.
Number 1. Guys, we're going to go shot.
Yes, and it's 17-0. You might think that they would feel that they'd rather the chance to score another try, but
it's great today that we have the President of Ireland here. You know, it's huge for the girls to be greeted by the President of your country when you're out on the pitch there, and you know, you see it at the men's game every time, and then for him to take the time out of his busy schedule to come here today, it's brilliant.
absolutely. It's a sign, I guess, of the progress that the women's game has experienced over the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, he's excellent. In 2013, he came out to Ashburn when we were playing France, and I suppose it was the championship decider. And he came out on a misty night, and you know, he goes to the ladies' GA, you know, any chance he gets.
So Liv Briggs duly slots that penalty to make it 20-0 to Ireland after 27 minutes. Fairly regulation stuff for Niamh. She'll be pleased with to get a better strike in the ball. She hasn't quite nailed her strike on the first two. So Chloe Riley to restart. Again they go deep to the Irish 22. Again it's taken by Ireland, this time in the person of Ciara Cooney, who drives on well, makes bet 5-10 metres. We'll do it now. Paul Fitzpatrick pops to Claire Malloy. They're struggling to deal with it. I mean, Claire's not the biggest of girls. They're struggling to put her down every single time.
Her footwork is absolutely outstanding, and her leg driving contact.
Lupa goes wide to Briggs. Again, it's beautiful handling by Ireland. Ali Miller now goes back in field. Quick ball here. Indeed it is. Muldoon. Ireland having big numbers here. Ciara Griffin takes it on. Again, she bursts past the first tackle. Thompson takes it in the end. Ireland have numbers left here. Briggs. Now Upu takes it on, takes it on. Ali Miller now, can she finish? Not quite, that's good tackle in the end. Again, to Briggs, Stapleton, Ada Sheegan. Wide open country, but that's a really quick ball. Muldoon gets there, Stapleton, Fitzpatrick. Again, Ireland have the numbers, but that's not the finest pass Paula Fitzpatrick's ever thrown.
No, but it was brilliant play right from the start. We're hitting up those short targets in the middle, moving the ball out to the wide, coming back into the centre of the pitch again. You know, it's very positive from Ireland, and yeah, that pass went astray, and Paul will be very disappointed with that from playing out half. She'd normally have the skills to put those passes away.
Ye gods. Paul Fitzpatrick played out half.
Yeah, all her club rugby at the start was out half, then she came to Leinster, moved into hooker, and got a small neck injury, then she moved to the back row.
So Scotland has top backwards, but Paul Fitzpatrick is through on that very quickly. Muldoon, Griffin again, nice little feet there to make an extra few yards. Again Muldoon, Stapleton goes to the chip. That's going to be taken by Briggs. And is she going to make it herself? She is indeed. The arm goes up. Super ball from Nora Stapleton. I thought Niamh Briggs might just pop that out to Alison Hill, but she decided to take it on herself.
Absolute fantastic try. An overthrow by Scotland again, fingertip stuff. Paula Fitz cleared it up, out to Nora, and brilliant vision and execution of that kick for that try was excellent.
Paul Fitzpatrick will claim that as hers after her pass just before that, no doubt. So that extends Ireland's lead to 25 points to nil, just as we hit the half an hour mark. So Ireland would have the bonus point if bonus points applied in the RBS Six Nations, but they don't. It's an ongoing discussion, that one. And Niamh Briggs will take her first kick from, I suppose, the easier side, just a couple of metres inside from the 5 metre line on the 22. Decent strike, but not quite there, just sliding across the face of the post.
Ireland leads 25 points to 0 following Liam Briggs' try.
So Raleigh to restart again, this time going a little shorter. Hasn't really worked for her going wide, but that's well taken there by the Scottish left wing, Simona Lloyd. Nice little dummy from Maxwell, pops aside, she's away again from Muldoon. Is she going to go over this? As she is, you know. That is an absolutely sensational score from Jenny Maxwell.
Yeah, it was the first time Scotland went for the short kick-off and they reclaimed it back through Rona Lloyd. This is her first season playing international rugby. And brilliant work, brilliant footwork, vision by Maxwell.
She showed good pace and elusive running skills there.
Ireland shot up on the outside, which created the space for her. So whoever was in that, I suppose, A channel, which you would call it, just outside the work, really should have marshalled her and tackled her. I didn't actually quite see who was there.
Well, to get away from the despairing clutches of Larissa Muldoon. She showed a good turn of foot.
It's unusual to see a hooker kicking the ball.
Certainly is. Why not? Lana Skeldon.
She's scored penalty and 2 conversions already this season.
It's a great strike.
And that is why she's kicking the ball.
Absolutely. Well, John Eales second row can do it, and Alan Martin, if you want to go back to the 70s, he used to do it with the big old toe bag with the steel capped toes, the square toed boots. But that was a beautiful strike. Laura Stapleton now to restart. Ireland's first restart of the game. Just see what we do with it. Goes pretty deep, and Heather Lockhart kind of got in the way there of number 8, Jade Conkle. Knocked on.
Again, that's a lack of communication by 2 experienced players between Lockhart and Conkle. Again, player coming from the back, ball it, they should claim it and the other person move out of the way. Good attacking position here for Ireland off strong scrum that they've had already in the game.
Yeah, Alison Miller lining up outside Maura Stapleton. Whether to be used as a decoy or as a striker runner, we shall see. There's a nice balanced look to this Irish backline. Certainly moving the ball neatly wide. That's a good scrum by Scotland. They've turned that over. That's one against the head. Conkle takes, well taken by Marissa Muldoon. Again, looking to go around the short side. Gemma Forsyth taking the ball around on that occasion. Maxwell now to feed. Law is back quite a bit into her 22. Ooh, fumbles it a bit, but gets it away. And finds her touch just. Oh, but it was taken. She had actually come out of the 22 and then back inside.
Yeah, that was a bit of complacency first by Ireland at that scrum. The previous scrums down in their 22, we put pressure on and we're driving forward, and we were just a little bit complacent, and we hit and we didn't hit and build, we just hit and stuck. So Scotland turned it back over, and then a bit of naivety from Scotland, taking it back into the 22 and kicking out in the full.
Put you guys right on the line.
So after 35 minutes, bright sunshine here in Donnybrook. Spring is in the air, and certainly there's a fair old spring in the Irish rugby team's footsteps. They lead by 25 points to 7.
Comes in. Green's on the line. Blue got you right here.
Yeah, and a bit of a delay for no obvious reason.
How
The
many
referee
greens?
needs to speed that up.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Can't be having little conversations before you go into a line out or scrum.
So Zoe Bratish now. Throws that's well taken by Ciara Cooney. Scotland Conkle come around, and actually is pinged for that.
Number 8.
again, Stapleton turning down the shot at goal. Certainly kickable. Going to stick this one in the corner. Or close to it. 8 metres out, 10 metres out.
Yeah, they'll obviously look for the maul again here again. They've reaped the rewards of that so far.
Right here, Blue.
Again, they're using their 6 man, are they?
I'm on the middle, so
6
speed
man
them up.
line out again. Claire Malloy at scrum half position.
Let's see if they can execute this one. Taken by Cooney.
Sock is good.
Scotland actually got that down early this occasion, so. And going around the fringe.
Release that, Blue, release.
Ada Sheegan looking to take that one. Or Ruth O'Reilly, rather. And this time Ireland are penalised at the breakdown.
Good here.
Not releasing.
Yeah, Scotland got in there quite well.
Sock was good.
You know, Scotland haven't had much ball, so it's important they get out of here and try and stay out of their danger zone.
Yeah, you're good.
At the breakdown, and it's sort of an animated conversation going on between Ruth O'Reilly and the penalty for Scotland has a chance now to put the ball into touch.
So start off popping that one down.
Was that to finish on the ground? Yeah. But I've been good with it. No, not now. Not now.
So there's been a few overthrows for Scotland so far. I think they just need to simplify it a little bit. Ireland will contest at 2 and 4, so they'll have to create space somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a slightly shortened. We've got Marissa Muldoon out in the defensive out half position here. Scotland take it well on this occasion, and one thing they have done well is to roll that ball. That's hop forward, but they got away with that. As Turnbull was a little bit behind the line on that. Maxwell now. That's a solid tackle from Sena Niopu. And Scotland going wide, first time really in the match. Raleigh does well to evade the tackle. That's going to be tackled into touch. In fact, I think it might have been knocked down just before they went into touch there.
Really good play by Scotland, really good formed maul, and then they brought Megan Gaffney in off the blind side. Great offload to Debs McCormack, and then hands out here to the wing, and Raleigh just pushed into touch.
Yeah, I thought so. 30 seconds.
So some encouragement there for Scotland, and that they certainly moved that nicely wide. Off a decent rolling maul.
Perfect, thank you. Let's get them on you.
So Ireland just over a minute to go in this first half. We'll just look to get a nice tidy line out and clear the lines here. Paul Fitzpatrick takes well at the front. Rottage adds a bit of momentum to that. And Ireland roll that forward. Claire Malloy rather has it at the base. Scotland regroup. Slow it down a bit, but Malloy breaks away. Can she link? Yes, she can. Stapleton to Liverpool. This is beautiful play from Ireland. Liverpool finds Briggs. That's beautiful pass. Pops back inside, but it's intercepted. And that's Lisa Thompson. Can she go the distance? She's got a host of Irish players going back at her. That was a brilliant defensive tackle from Claire Malloy, who made a great ground there. Scotland, have they turned it? No, they haven't. Muldoon kicks it away. Referee Turnbull blows that for half time. That was a stunning piece of play, both by Ireland in attack, but then by Scotland when they had the intercept.
Yeah, Scotland are getting it sucked in far too easily off the maul, or even just tackles and not getting the tackles down, and huge space out there for Ireland. Did brilliant hands out, and Niamh was looking for that offload back to Claire McLaughlin, and it went into a Scottish hand in Roberts. But, brilliant tracking back by the Irish team to deny her the try.
It was almost comical there. There was one Scottish player who had no support whatsoever, and about 10 Irish players chasing her back. So half time, Ireland lead by 25 points to 7. Do join us for the second half of Ireland's concluding match in this RBS Six Nations.
Back with another one of those block rockin' beats.
Kim, you made your debut here for the Ireland 15s on Sunday. Are you happy with how things went?
Yeah, no, I was absolutely delighted to get my first start and first cap for the Irish 15s. It's brilliant being involved in Irish women's rugby at this time of the year, and coming into next season. It's a massive year for rugby, especially women's rugby in Ireland. So yeah, I was absolutely thrilled to be part of that and to get an opportunity to play against Italy, and looking forward to next week as well.
And it's not the first time you would have played in such a big stage.
No, well, like I played with Dublin senior ladies last year and we got to the All-Ireland final, so I would have been used to playing in front of a large crowd, playing in the All-Ireland final. It's a massive occasion, but it was brilliant to play here in Donnybrook and have the crowd. Like, the rugby always get a brilliant crowd, and we're looking forward to another great crowd coming out next week to support us against Scotland, so really looking forward to it.
You made some breaks yourself on Sunday. Could you hear the crowd get behind you? Did that help?
Oh yeah, every time anyone did like a little show and go or got a bit of gain line, you could really hear the crowd getting behind us. It was brilliant to have the home support here in Donnybrook. So yeah, no, you could really feel them pushing you on. So it was great to play in front of them.
Kim, thanks very much. Best of luck Sunday.
No problem. Thanks.
right there.
You're very welcome back to the second half of Ireland versus Scotland. Ireland leading healthily by 25 points to 7. Scotland have made a couple of changes. Fiona half time, and Sarah Law out half has been replaced by Helen Nelson. Tracy Balmer has come in for the very experienced Heather Lockhart at loosehead.
Tracy herself is quite experienced. She's a former Scottish captain. She plays her club rugby down in Worcester, so she brings a wealth of experience as well. Helen Nielsen coming in at outside half. This is her first season with the Scottish team, so she's an up-and-coming player. She's obviously one with potential, and I suppose Shade Munro is going to see what players are going to stand up for the future and what he's going to have to work with over the next couple of years.
Okay, so Nora Stapleton readies herself to restart the second half.
Blue captain ready? Okay. Green's all set.
Let's see if she goes short or long off this. I have regathered. That's this cue does make it to the 10 metre as well, taken by Alison Miller. That wasn't Nora's finest strike, but it's worked out nicely. So Muldoon now feeds Ciara Cooney rather. Again, Ireland just eking out a couple of extra metres. Muldoon is tied into that though, so Ruth O'Reilly takes that one around, strongly carries into the heart of the Scottish midfield. Muldoon now. Stapleton pops to Senna Nupu, who almost gets away, but presents good ball. It's a quick ball for Ireland. Stapleton now. Niamh Briggs comes in. Ireland just making it to the Scottish 22. Muldoon now. Paula Fitzpatrick carries. Support from Ciara Cooney. And that's Claire Malloy, who's done very well to break that initial Scottish defence. Can we get quick ball now? Yes, we can. Muldoon now to Stapleton. Hands to Nupu. Ireland have numbers here. Oh, with the pass is scrappy. However, Alison Miller picks it up and she does make it to the line. And that is given. It's a hint of forward possibly off that, but it,
we don't have replays, but I thought it would have been a knock on there. She's given the try.
Try is given, so Alison Miller extends Ireland's lead to 30 points to 7. Just 2 minutes into the second half.
You know, again, brilliant work done by Claire Malloy, giving us that go forward ball, quick ruck and then hands out. The passing was let us down a little bit, but we got to try in the end. Addie's first try this championship, I'd say. She's been waiting. She had a few good runs last week against the Italians. First chance to get it. It was our second try.
Second try, yeah. She scored Ireland's first try today. Yeah. And she claims she started and finished that because it was she actually that gathered it off the skewed kickoff from Nora Stapleton. So Niamh Briggs to try to add the extras on this one, just on the junction of the 5 metre and the 22. No, just falls short again. She didn't get the connection just as she would have wanted. The direction was okay, but she didn't quite catch it on the meat. So it remains Ireland 30, Scotland 7. Yeah, Scotland have been really struggling. Every time Claire Malloy carries the ball, she's always making either a break or she's making significant yardage. That's very well taken by Ailey Sheegan, I think, off that restart from Lisa Martin. That's nicely popped by Fitzpatrick. Again, Malloy, they really are struggling to contain her every time she gets hands on the ball. We'll do it now. Feed Stapleton. Hands here. Senna Nupu straightens. It's well tackled, however, by the Scottish replacement, Nelson. Advantage to Ireland off that. Scotland not rolling away after the tackle.
I don't know whether Claire Malloy is out to prove a point, having been on the bench last week, but she's been in devastating form from the start of this game.
Yeah. Time still on.
So Stapleton will nudge this penalty down the line again, somewhere around about the 22. Russell Muldoon getting a bit of treatment on the knee. I don't know whether that's Looks like a muscle injury.
Scotland, if players are caught on the other side of the breakdown, don't try to get up and in the way, just get out the back. Okay, that's what's happening.
Well, doing rather gingerly,
That's what I just said.
makes her way up the line towards the line out.
Tracy Balmer's down there. I think could be contact lens or. The Irish action doesn't stop here. Joy Neville is refereeing her first international game later on this afternoon, Italy v Wales. So it's great to see Joy transferring from former player to now referee.
Well, she went from former player to commentator on the Irish women's game.
She did.
To now referee. So I look forward to your debut refereeing
I
performance.
don't know about that now. But no, it's great to see. You know, she's worked hard. She's been refereeing AL Division 1B in the men's game and come up through the ranks and put in the hard work. So it's great to see her getting an international game.
To emulate Elaine Rolland.
Exactly. We've had Helen O'Reilly. Helen had the France-Scotland game actually, and she's an assistant referee here today.
Time's on.
So after stoppage for treatment to Balmer, Zoe Grattage will take, in fact, Claire Malloy is just getting a bit of treatment as well, so now retakes her position. Looking like she might be thrown up in the sky, but no, it's actually Ciara Cooney at the base. Nice throw that by Grattage. Ailish Egan absolutely ploughing through that Scottish defender with support from Malloy. Will do, and the pass is a little behind Stapleton. She does well to take it, pops it to McLaughlin. Again, promising position for Ireland here. Stapleton pops to sending it up. Well, that's a great burst. And that was a super pass out of the tackle to Briggs, but it's gone forward. Couldn't quite take that. It was heavy traffic. So Scotland have an opportunity to clear. And that's looked like Skeldon behind the line getting blocked down.
Yeah, Scotland are getting very kind of congested in around the ruck area. One pass is taking out 4 or 5 players, which is leaving space on the outside. Ireland really executed that quite well with a great break by sending in a brilliant offload. Unfortunately, Niamh couldn't hold on to it.
But the front up Scottish defending isn't really doing the job. Ireland repeatedly making significant yardage beyond the game line.
Every carry is beyond the game line.
So Maxwell now to feed this defensive Irish scrum, or defensive Scottish scrum.
Easy up. Easy up.
Going down, Turnbull though isn't going to penalise, just going to reset.
You know, again, we saw it last week. Unless you have a kicker to clear your lines, you're putting yourself in an awful difficult position, and to have to get Skeldon under pressure to be trying to clear her lines isn't good. They've moved Lisa Martin into out half here, and that's initially won by Ireland, then almost lost. Now Snorri Sable gets a chance to run at the Irish defence, sending it up, crashes up the middle, just a couple of metres short of the line. We're doing quick ball, has a sniper herself, we're held up just under the shadow of the post now. Great position for Ireland. And as Ruth O'Reilly is going to pick surely an offside by Scotland there. Referees aren't playing advantage. Ireland crash over on the post. Have they got it down? Held up, I think. Going to go back for the penalty.
Time is off.
Yeah, it all came from a turnover at the scrum, and then a brilliant ball for Larissa that gave us go forward ball. Probably the ruck slowed down a little too much when we had numbers out wide, but the penalty came our way.
So Turnbull having a chat with the Scottish skipper Lisa Martin, explaining why you can't be conceding penalties like that just a couple of metres from your post. But no yellow card being produced. Ireland possibly off for the scrum here, one would think.
I've got time off. I let her have time to give a word. Good, Scotland? Good. On the line? Calling a scrum. Time is on.
It's important now to get a solid scrum on their own ball like they did on Scotland's ball.
And indeed Ireland opting for the scrum.
So
options left and right here, and with the more powerful scrum they may just choose to take it on and look for the drive.
Bind.
So Niamh Briggs heads out to the open side.
Stay down. Stay down.
Scotland have that solid scrum, but a bit of pressure coming on now. Fitzpatrick feeds Muldoon to Briggs. Can she feed? No, she can't. Can she make it? Not quite.
How's the right knee?
Scotland just managing to hold that one up. Ciara Griffin now takes it on. The winning runner every time, Griffin. Muldoon now to Ruth O'Reilly. Again, Scotland defence just managing to hold it up, but there's numbers there. Niamh Briggs dots it down in the corner. Good option taken by Lisa Muldoon. And Niamh Briggs had a relatively straightforward task, just using a handoff to create the space for herself just to dot down in the corner.
Yeah, again, our scrum was actually under a little bit of pressure, but we went right. Niamh into space. She possibly should have offloaded out to Liz Burke on the wing, but decided to keep the ball, and then 2 rucks later, and it comes back to her on that blind side.
Right at the edge, as you know.
So Briggs will try to convert her own try from a difficult position, but that extends the score. After 48 minutes, Ireland 35, Scotland 7.
Yeah, it's really all Ireland. Scotland haven't really had much ball. With Mary Healy now coming on for Larissa Muldoon, and Cleena Maloney coming on for Zoe Gradage.
Zoe Gradage getting a good reception as she exits the field. Difficult kick at that time for Briggs. Not a bad strike, but it was never going to have the legs on that occasion.
Briggs try. The score is now Ireland 35, Scotland 7.
So we don't have the score from the Wales-Italy game, but I think we can take it that Ireland will finish third.
Yeah, I don't think
in the championship.
kickoff's not until 3 o'clock or something along those lines. But yeah, I don't see Wales putting up that kind of type of score line on the Italians.
Oh, Scotland taking a short one. That's very cleverly done.
Hands off, Green.
Lisa Thompson regaining that one. Maxwell now. It's Karen Dunbar. Skeldon takes it on, wrapped up well by Claire Malloy. But Scotland have a bit of go forward on that. Maxwell now to Jade Conkell. Listen Martin pops a nice ball, that one to Karen Dunbar. Again, Scotland pop it back to the side, up the middle this time. Megan Gaffney taking that one on. Conkell again to Skeldon. It's going to be a penalty to Scotland, and not rolling away. Maxwell takes it quickly. Again, she's an amazing runner. She did very well to score a try in the first half. Scotland just 5 metres now. Look to roll around the side. Irish defence holds it up. Again, Scotland around the fringe. This is their most established, best attacking position of the match. Again, Scotland will take it around the fringe. Good patient work from them. Once more, that's Elaine Anthony getting in on the tackle. Maxwell decides to go open the side. Martin takes it back inside, but is gobbled up by the Irish defence. Maxwell has numbers on the short side. Conkell, she's a powerful runner, not quite making it, almost to the line there. Good pressure, but the referee has
a bit of a harsh
penalised
call.
Scotland for going to deck over the ball.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a harsh call. Ailey Sheehan was lying offside there, and the Scottish player didn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, harsh call there by the referee on Scotland. You know, it was clever play from Scotland right from the kick-off. They went to where there was no Irish player right in the centre and sustained pressure, good clearing out of rucks, and made it all the way to the Irish line. And I really think they were hard done by Sherry Turnbull there.
Yeah, that's the best sustained period of play by Scotland in the match, I'd have to say.
Yeah, it just shows us the glimpses of that they're able to do it. It's just consistently throughout a game or for sustained periods of time.
So no Stapleton with the penalty just to relieve a bit of that pressure. Nice touch. Still inside the Irish 22 though, so Scotland can still continue to pressurise the Irish here, thinking mess up this Irish line-out.
Yeah, Ailish Egan seems to be down there injured after that lying on the wrong side, let's say, from the tackle.
Time's up.
Yeah, I'm sure Tom Tierney will look to use a lot of his bench, particularly in that tight head position. You know, Ailish probably played most of every game, and we need more depth there, where we're looking at depth across the board. That's another area we need depth in the tight head position. So I'd like to see Fiona Reedy come on for 25, 30 minutes.
I'm not seeing Fiona Reedy warming up. See Sophie Spence down there stretching out. So perhaps she's going to enter the game shortly as Ailish Egan regains her feet. And we'll resume with the line out to Ireland 5 metres inside their own 22.
Who's sit there? Yep.
So Clean and Maloney for their first throw of the match, having come on for Zoe Grattage. That's disrupted by Scotland. They got the jumper up there well to compete. Messed that up for Ireland, so knocked down by Ireland.
In the line, so on the 15.
Yeah, it's a good attacking position for Scotland.
In fact, it's knocked down by Scotland. Apologies, I thought that had gone the other way.
Crouch. Bind.
So Mary Healy to feed.
Set.
Good drive by Scotland. Good pressure on. Paul Fitzpatrick picks up and does well to make a few metres into the middle of the pitch. Healy now finds Stapleton. Good pressure. It's not going to find touch. It's well fielded by Scotland. Good run by Rona Lloyd. Ireland have turned that over though.
Brandon Green, take him back.
And Stapleton gets another chance to clear. That's a good kick over the back three, and that's not quite going to find touch, but it's going to make an awful lot of ground. Rona Lloyd was that forward. I had a bit of a hint of it. That's good tackle, just preventing Scotland from countering, and that forces the penalty. As Megan Gaffney held onto the ball after the tackle.
Yeah, it came from a brilliant turnover back down the pitch by Ciara Griffin again. She's at the heart of everything with the rest of that back row, and then a brilliant kick down the field with good pressure by Liz Burke on the tackle.
I think that's Jenny Maxwell getting free from there as Sophie Spence prepares to come onto the pitch.
It's interesting to see now whether she comes on in the second row or, yeah, 8, replacing Paul at 8. So.
Another fine performance from Paula Fitzpatrick. And she receives a very rapturous ovation from this Donnybrook crowd.
I think the fresh legs of Sophie Spence, this type game would suit her, marauding through defensive lines, and you know, Scotland's tackling has been a bit off, so I see that she'd make good inroads here.
It's the last thing Scotland really need to see. They've been struggling to contain the Irish ball carriers, almost all of whom will be smaller and probably less rampaging than Sophie when she's in full flight.
Time is in.
So Laura Stapleton will prod this one down the line. Ireland turning down the opportunity to go post there. And that's skewed a little off the side of her foot, so the Irish line out just on the 22.
Yeah, just right there's perfect. Good, yeah. As long as your lines are with you. Timing, timing.
They have a 5-man line out with Claire Malloy at scrum half.
Yeah. Taken on by Ireland. Good bit of momentum here.
Use it one screen, 18
Referee calling once. And it's a penalty to Ireland. Scotland attempted to pull that down.
You know,
they didn't quite manage to do it, I think.
If you're going to pull it down, it has to be right at the start before it starts going. Otherwise, it's going to be a penalty. And you know, now just gives Ireland a better position to set that maul up from again.
So that penalty brings Ireland closer to the Scottish try line, just about 7 metres out. Really promising position. Ruth O'Reilly giving the instructions to Cleena Maloney. Laura Stapleton has Ciara Griffin just inside her. Ball taken at the front. And again, it's a penalty against Scotland for coming around offside there. So, Healy away, Stapleton, now Upu. Goes wide, there's Burke in the line, can't quite link with Niamh Briggs. Miller regathers and recycles. Healy now. Elaine Anthony, first time really seeing her on the charge. I don't have numbers left if they can win it, but the referee is going to bring the play back for the penalty again. I think this time there's a yellow card going to be shown.
Yeah, I think at this stage it has to be. She's spoken to her a few too many times in this area in the first half and again in the second half. So, you know, that's the last thing Scotland need, is to lose a player. It's Tracy Barmer, looks like she's going to the bin.
Lisa Martin been called over.
Too many times.
And goes to the pocket. Yellow card dispensed. Tracy Barmer will be in the bin for the next 10 minutes. So Stapleton again looks to go to the touchline. He's actually kicked that one backwards.
Yeah, the last time again it was another really good maul, moved it at the back line, really good endeavour out, and just Liz Burke's pass to Niamh Briggs was poor and over her head.
With O'Reilly calling her players back. Throws, that's an overthrow, but taken at the base by Ailish Egan. Sophie Spence now, but driven backwards. It's good Scottish defence there.
Yeah, that was a brilliant hit by Emma Wazzle.
So Ailish Egan, Cleena Maloney in support. It looks like it had to be offside. The arm goes out again. Elaine Anthony with Ailish Egan support. That's now just under the shadow of the posts. Healy away, finds Stapleton, goes wide to Zenon Hoop. It must be a try here, you think. Alison Miller, yes indeed. Alison Miller completes her hat-trick with that score in the corner.
Ali Miller hat-trick. I think the last time she had done them was against England in 2013. So again, it stems from brilliant work. Claire Malloy injecting pace into it, getting us quick ruck ball and simple hands out.
Yeah, and that time Ireland a bit more clinical in their execution with the hands going wide, sending a good pass after straightening there. So Gary Glennon having a bit of a chat with Sherry Turnbull. Quite sure what, we don't have the mic, so not quite sure what that's about.
Number 6.
But Turnbull is calling over the Scottish number 6, Gemma Forsyth. Make another change. Nora Stapleton has been taken off to be replaced by Ireland's
Kim
number
Flood.
19, Orla Fitzsimons, who makes her debut, I think.
This season.
This season?
Yeah, she's a well-capped international, but this season. So Kim Flood's come on there. I would imagine Seninupu moved to 10. And Scotland down to 13 players. It's not really looking good for them.
No, I didn't catch the incident that caused the intervention of Gary Glennon there, but as you say, Scotland down to 13. It's not looking good. So Briggs again, unfortunately can't convert that one. It's a difficult kick just from the touchline. So the score remains at Ireland 40, Scotland 7. So Lisa Martin restarts again short. That's dropped by Ireland. I think it was Ayla Sheegan knocking that forward. So advantage to Scotland here. Maxwell feeds Martin. She's well hit by the Irish defence there. Scalda now takes that one on. Rebounds off Ciara Griffin. Conkle. It's a solid hit there from Seninupu, who loves nothing more than a good tackle. Martin goes wide. Helen Nelson now. And Martin wraps around very nicely to left wing. And that's just to pop back inside. Very well done there by Rona Lloyd. Scotland, however, again conceding the penalty just when they get themselves into a promising position.
Well in by Ayla Sheegan there. You know, finding herself out in the wing and then going in for the turnover. Excellent work rate.
Megan Gaffney getting treatment just below us here. But play carrying on nonetheless. As Niamh Briggs pops that one down the line. A little surprised to see Nora Stapleton taking the penalties to touch today in place of Niamh Briggs.
Yeah,
who would normally be taking those.
It's probably all got to do with that building of depth and, you know, giving players experience. And, you know, if Niamh did go off injured or wasn't selected for whatever reason, that you need someone else to do it. And
so Seninupu has moved into 10 in place of Nora Stapleton.
yeah, there's been a complete shift. Claire McLaughlin's moved into 12, Briggs is at 13 and Kim Flood is at full back.
Substitution for Scotland, number 14, the Megan
And
replaced by number 22, Lauren Harris.
Lauren Harris has come on for Megan Gaffney there. That's gathered on the ground, knocked forward by Scotland, but Ireland have it. Mary Healy, Naupu, beautiful distributor Naupu. Ciara Griffin again, making good yardage. Naupu, Flood first touch. Oh, she'll be disappointed by that. Kim Flood knocking on.
Yeah, if Ireland had gone back the other way, there was no one over there for Scotland, and Liz Burke would have had a free run down the pitch, but came this side and a knock on by Kim Flood.
So Ireland readying Fiona Reedy here below us to come on, and also Fiona Hayes. So expect the last of the Irish subs to come on over the course of the next few minutes. So Scotland scrum, 10 metres from the Irish 22, just in front of the stand here. Scottish scrum under pressure, but doing well. And then folding. And they're underpowered with only 7 in the scrum. So perhaps no surprise that Ireland turned that one over.
Yeah, no, it was a strong scrum for Ireland, but I felt that they could have went through it a little bit more. They kind of just stopped as opposed to driving through.
So 65 minutes gone, Scotland down to 13. Plenty of space here. Expect Ireland to try and move this one wide. Spence has popped out though, so messy. Sophie Spence looks offside, but looks to be getting away with that. Knock on given. Now, for my money, that should have been a penalty against Sophie Spence. She was ahead of the scrum half who played it, and she played it. So 3 subs coming on. Fiona Hayes, Fiona Reedy, and
Anya Donnelly.
Donnelly coming up.
Yeah, so my 2 UL Bows club mates propping up the scrum there. You know, as I said, I'd like to see Fee Reedy get as much time as possible, you know, just to have that cover there for Ailey Sheehan going forward.
Yeah, so Ailey Sheehan, Ruth O'Reilly and Alison Moore coming off. Good day's work. Alison Miller will be happy with her 3 tries again. That's a punishing Irish scrum. Sophie Spence picks off the base, makes a bit of yardage, offloads. Claire Malloy on her shoulder again. Again, Claire Malloy makes yardages that she really shouldn't be making. She's had a super game today. Mary Healy waits for it, but it's been prevented from coming by the Scots, and it'll be another penalty to Ireland.
Yeah, brilliant scrum by the 2 new girls in there, you know, drove right through. I got us on the front foot, and then brilliant work rate by Claire Malloy again. Didn't you see Anya Donnelly's gone onto the wing here, and Alison Miller, she's played all of the games at centre so far, so another reshuffling of a player to create that depth.
And it's been, you know, Ireland won't be too thrilled to have finished 3rd in this championship, but they have managed to round out the squad, give quite a bit of experience to a lot of exciting new players.
Yeah, no, definitely, and you know, I think it was 14 new caps or something since the November internationals, which is brilliant going forward. And it's now in the next year, it's stepping up the next standard, and 3 big home internationals with 3 of the best teams in the world. So,
Orla Fitzsimons takes Mary Healy, Liverpool. That's good line by Niamh Briggs, but Scottish defence was there. The space out wide. Liverpool again. Goes on the outside. Oh, evades the first tackle. Does well. Ciara Cooney taking that one on. That's a bit behind the intended target. Scotland have turned that one over. And if they can release this one quickly, they have a bit of space down this right hand side. But Ireland have slowed it up. Lisa Martin, that's going to be taken. No, it's not, by Kim Flood. She'll be disappointed at that one.
Yeah, tough introduction now to the game for Kim. She's already had a knock on her first touch, and there another knock on.
She's disappointed with that. She had a good debut though last week.
Yeah, she didn't put a foot wrong last week. Ciara Griffin struggling there. She got a knee to the head when she committed to that ball on the Scottish turnover. Tracy Balmer's back on the pitch for Scotland now.
Time's up.
So as we head into the 70th minute, it's done and dusted in terms of, long since in terms of the 2 points. Ireland 40, Scotland 7. But Tom Sheeran will be looking for a much changed Irish side now with all the flotilla of replacements on the pitch, just to maintain cohesion and to see this one out and maybe get another try or two.
Yeah, no, and that's important. All these girls are putting their hand up for further selection, and you know the girls will have a break after this match, but then they'll probably only have 2 weeks off back into strength and conditioning. Probably starts squad camps again in June for the autumn internationals.
We've been great all game. No need to
Yeah, and everything building towards the very exciting Women's World Cup being hosted in Ireland next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a brilliant event, you know, and I suppose it'll get real now as more teams start qualifying from the other regions. But when we know who's coming and the draws are made for the pools, that'll be when it really gets telling.
Conkle pops it out to Maxwell. Martin, is that forward? If it is, they're away with it. Again, Scotland delaying it. No reason for that ball to at the base of the breakdown for so long. Maxwell now. That's well popped back inside to second row McCormick. Conkle again. She's been a powerful runner all day, actually. It's a good quick ball. Tracy Baumer back on the pitch and carrying that one well. Emma Wassell taking that one on. Conkle again, but that's knocked on, and Ciara Griffin has it, and she's a very distinctive running style, Ciara Griffin, and that's knocked backwards by Helen Reedy. Kim Flood making up for her. Can she go the distance? Pops inside. That's a great ball. Anya Donnelly offloads to Mary Healy. Flood is in to resource that. Sophie Spence pops it away. Keena Maloney. Ciara Cooney clears out, but Scotland, I think, have got it. Actually, they've come over that ball. It's going to be another penalty.
You nearly would think that Kim Flood would have had the pace to back herself on the outside as opposed to popping back inside to Anya Donnelly, but you know, we've penalty now, and again another good position.
At the line out, Sherry, blue number 2 and blue number 4.
Number 2 and number 4. 2 and 4.
We're after Scottish changes.
3 more subs coming on for Scotland. Sarah Quick replacing Skeldon at hooker. Great name for a rugby player. I think that's Emma Wassell, is it, coming off?
Is your physio coming?
Fiona Sim is on the pitch, and I catch that third Scottish replacement.
She is a back. Yes.
Emma Wassell, replaced by number 19, Fiona Sim. Number 20, Alex Sculptor, replaces number 6, Jennifer Stein.
Yeah, the third Scottish replacement is Anna Stotter. Number 20 replacing Gemma Forsyth. Blindside flanker.
Okay. So make sure you stay half meter off the line.
Ciara Cooney telling
half meter off the line.
Keena Maloney,
Half meter, guys.
or getting the instruction to Keena Maloney as to where she'd like this one.
Time's in.
That's taken short by Ireland. Scotland get a good counter drive on. And look to resume. Again, Claire Malloy does brilliantly to make ground. She really shouldn't be making. Has she made it? Not quite. Ball held up, says referee Sherry Turnbull. It is uncanny how Claire Malloy just makes ground. She really shouldn't be making every time.
Yeah, she's ridiculously quick, has great footwork, and just hunger every time she gets on the ball.
Again, hold ear to ear until I call set. Okay, that's not me.
And it's brilliant she's standing out today. A lot of times she does a lot of the hard work that she doesn't get credit for.
So Mary Healy to feed this 5 metre scrum. Claire McLaughlin and Upa look like they might have something hatched here. Sophie Spence picks and goes. Will she make it? Absolutely she will make it. Not given as yet, but it seemed to be inconceivable that she didn't make it.
On first look it looked over, but she's going to Helen O'Reilly now. Try given.
Yes, indeed, try given.
Again, a good scrum, up slightly on the right. Great power and pace by Sophie Spence to go over.
So with 75 minutes on the clock, Ireland extend their lead to 45 points to 7.
What have you got in the clock?
Conversion.
Time check.
Attempt from Niamh Briggs to follow.
You know, I'm not going to speak too soon, but I think in itself, if you look at the scoreline last year from 79-3 down to probably 50s, Ireland could go over for another try. That in itself is an improvement when at time they were down to 13 players.
Niamh Briggs looks like she's carrying an injury there, and certainly she's
grand now. She's grand it off her.
Well, she had the direction right on that. It's been an uncharacteristic kicking day for her. She certainly has the legs on that kick, but again the connection wasn't quite what she was looking for and fell short. So again, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Lisa Martin going for a short one, but dropping it only against the calf of Sherry Trumbull. So that's going to be taken again, and the referee's taking up a different position. I don't think she's going to go short. No. Oh, she does. Just into the hands of Claire Malloy. Mary Healy, Fiona Reedy. Well taken by the Scottish Open side, Karen Dunbar. Sophie Spence, hands off one, hands off two. Rampage is down the line, taken into touch in the end by a combination of Lisa Robertson and Dunbar.
Right here. Get them with you.
So Sarah Quick takes that one fairly quickly, and that's taken in a short line-up by Scotland. Maxwell.
Robertson.
Again, Robertson, that's a fine carry. Conkle again, she's carried well all day. Emma Wassell on this occasion, that's better running by Scotland, harder. Maxwell now to Martin. Conkle again, can she get it away? Yes she can. It's only Nupo on the tackle. Lauren Harris having made that bust. Conkle again. She's a fine player, Conkle. Lisa Martin sees the gap and pops it away. It's beautifully done, and Fiona Sim making good ground. Sarah Quick, well grounded. Martin again to Lisa Thompson. Again though, the referee's arm goes in the air pointing towards the Irish, and Scotland are penalised for holding on after the tackle.
Yeah, I suppose it's even the way that she landed the ball on Ireland's side, and it made it easier for Sophie Spence to get in on the ball.
So Niamh Briggs clears that one, doesn't quite find her touch though, and that's well taken by Rona Lloyd. That's It's a penalty to Scotland. Again, Ireland not rolling away after the tackle. Maxwell takes it quickly, makes good ground. Taken in the end by Clean Maloney. Martin to Conkle. Space to run was taken by Seninopu. Better this from Scotland as they try to finish the game with the flourish. Just rolling around the side. Sarah Quick trying to clear out Ciara Griffin there. Again, good drive around the fringes. Ireland won't want to concede a second one here. Again, Scottish back row taking that one around. Just a couple of metres out now from the Irish line. Maxwell goes wide to Martin. There's chance here. And, oh, that's good feet. Yes, she has to give it to Rona Lloyd, who does make it down, I think. Yes, the arm goes up in the air from Sherry Trumbull.
Yeah, that all stemmed from Maxwell on a quick tap, using her good footwork again to make through, and then sustained pressure by Scotland.
Finished there by Rona Lloyd. She's had a good game, as has the like of Maxwell and Lisa Martin, and Conkle has carried very well.
Yeah, like they have all these good players coming through, and they've good under-20 structure with their under-20s actually playing Belgium this afternoon. You know, so they need to keep bringing these players through and getting them into those academies and rising the standard. You know, their club game kind of suffers. They've a number of players playing down in the English Premiership, like the likes of Debs McCormick and Tracy Bammer. They've a few players at Saracens as well. But it's to get as many playing together up in the Scottish clubs, and, you know, Shade Munro having more time together with them to help develop and bring them on.
So we've just we've gone over the 80 now, and I'll ask Fiona Coughlin to tell me who she thinks the man of the match, woman of the match has been.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of these type of things, but you know, it has to be one of the Irish back row. I think their combination has been outstanding, but I thought Claire Malloy in particular has been absolutely outstanding.
No argument there. So Lisa Martin will look to finish this with an extra 2 points for Scotland, bring them to 14 points. As you point out, Fiona, it's progress certainly from last year. 73-3 last year was the scoreline in this fixture.
Yeah, and even scoring tries. You know, they're scoring tries against Ireland, scoring tries against Wales. You know, it's that whole thing of learning to win games and how to win games.
Sherry Trumbull blows up, final whistle and final score. It's Ireland 45, Scotland 12. So Ireland almost certainly will finish this RBS Six Nations Championship in third position. As the crowd give a rapturous round of applause for the Irish efforts today.
Yeah, you know, I think coming from last week, the improved performance, you know, scoring those tries, new combinations, it's been a positive finish to the tournament for Ireland.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us on Irish Rugby.ie. That's it for this year's Six Nations.
Lots of rugby still to be played with the repechage for the Olympics in June in Ireland. So
yes, it's a very exciting year coming up. So thank you again, and we'll sign off from here. Thank you.